Hi, welcome back to our video. So we are now going to continue our computation of the statement of the problem given in the previous videos. So we have again the statement of the problem here. So we've done with the first specific statement of the problem, the second, and we are now on the third, which states that is there a significant difference. Take note that this is already different. So this can be computed using t-test or f-test. You cannot use Pearson R or chi-square here since it is not about the relationship. It is all about the differences. So is there a significant difference on the level of awareness on solid waste management of the senior high school students of Tabuk City National High School when they are grouped according to, we have age, sex, strand, and grade level. The age here have three subgroups rather. So we have the 16 years old and below, 17 and 18 years old, and 19 years old and above. Therefore, the statistical tool to be used here is f-test or ANOVA. How to compute for this one? So let us go back to the statement, to the data, to the tallied data. Here, first that I'm going to do is to compute for the mean of each respondent. What about mean of in the statement of the problem number 2, it is the mean of each question. So here, mean of each respondent. So that is equal to average again. Double click on the average, then highlight until the last question. Here, the first question. Then enter. So the average per respondent are this one. Is this one. So that is now. Okay. Now the problem here is we are computing for the we are comparing the mean of 16 years old and below. This one, 16 years old and below, the 17 to 18 years old and 19 years old and above. So we have here, let's make it smaller. Okay, that one. So the problem is how will I separate the 16 years old, 17 and 18 and 19 years old in this mean, because this mean are the total mean of all the respondents. So in the profile we determine how many are 16 years old and below and the rest. But how about their mean? How will I separate their mean here? So first is I am going to call out the mean of the 16 years old and below in this mean. Dito. Tatanggalin ko lahat ng mean ng 16 years old and below. How will I do that? That it just equals if that one. Double click. Logical test. What will I do? If the respondent 1 age is equal to 1, that means 16 years old and below 1, then you type the mean. I just click on the mean. You type the mean. So that is the value if true. If I will put a comma, the Excel is asking value if false. What will I do if it is false? Then I'll put 2 hyphen above only. So meaning you blank it. So meaning the first respondent is 16 years old and below because we have the value here. So let us check. The age is 1 and 1 is 16 years old and below. That's correct. If I will drag this one down, all the values on this column are 16 years old and below. This one is not 16 years old and below. The same with this. This one is 16 years old and below. Let us see. Okay, it's correct. It's 16 years old and below. The 2 and 3, kaya siya blanco dito kasi nga it is 17 and 18 years old. So lahat ito, they are all 16 years old. The same process with 17 and 18 years old. I will determine, or I will call out also the 17 years old, 17 and 18 years old in this mean. So here, that is equals if logical test, respondent 1 age, yan, respondent 1 age is equal to 2, meaning 17 to 18 years old, 2. Then type, if it is true, then type this mean. If it is false, then blank. You put a blank, then enter. So that is blank, because that we know that respondent 1 is 16 years old and below. So then drag it down. So all the values here that can be seen on the column W are 17 and 18 years old. And the same with this 19 years old and above. That is equals, I am just doing that one in the first respondent always. That is equal to if respondent 1, logical test again, logical test, if respondent 1 age is equal to 3, then I will type back to the mean. If not, then blank. Yan. If not, then you put blank. That's my instruction. And then enter. So we all know it is, the respondent 1 is 16 years old and below. So it is blank. Then here, you just drag it down. Down there. So now, these are the values. You can copy this one to separate until the last. This one, just copy, Control C. And then another sheet from Excel. Let's say I will add sheet 2. I'll do it in sheet 2. This one. Then if you are going to paste this one, do not paste as Control V. You have to paste it with the values only. That one. The values there. As you can see, we have decimals. You can also round off that one into 2 decimals. That can be by clicking this one. It will follow lahat. So that is now. We'll make it bigger so that you can see. Make it 14. Okay. So the first one, we have the 16 years old. This one is 17 years old. And the other one is 18 years old. So we'll put a boundary para makita natin so that you can see. Okay, this one. Yeah. Now, we have blank cells in between the values. Let's say the 16 years old, blank cell, this one. We cannot delete this because this will be deleted. So all I have to do is to cut Control X and paste above Control V. Cut. There should be no blank cells in between. So cut again, cut, and then paste. Cut, use cut so that it will not be duplicated or replicated. So cut, Control X only, and then paste, Control V. And this one, Control X and Control V. The next one, same, Control X, then Control V, Control X again, and then Control V, Control X, then Control V, Control X, Control V, Control X, Control V, and we have one here, Control X and Control V. Okay, for the 19 years old and above, the same process. There should be no cells, blank cells in between. This way, paste, and we have one, and that is paste. Control. Now that we already combined, there's no more cell in between numbers here. We have to transfer this one, copy until there only. I just copied that one, not copied until here, but it's just copied until the last number, copy, and then paste here. The same with this, copy, and then paste here, copy, and paste here. They should be arranged in descending order by their number. So it's good that these are already in descending number. So we have 12, we have 10, we have 8 here. So, but for example, this one is seen here. This should be comes first. Kung alin yung pinakamarami, siya muna. Papalit yan. Then copy. This is the 16 years old. This is the 16 years old. This is the 17 years old. And this is the 19 years old. Make sure that this should not be interchanged. If that's so, then your data is no longer reliable. So, wala nang gamit ang data natin pagka ganun. 2 decimals. Now, I am now ready to compute for the differences if there is significant difference on this data. So, I'm going to do is to go to data, then data analysis. The data analysis is not, if you did not open that one in the file you cannot see the data analysis in your default Microsoft Office. So all you have to do is to right click. You can right click, then customize the ribbon here, then go to add-ins. This one, click on add-ins, data analysis toolpack, and then go. Make sure that the analysis toolpack and analysis toolpack VBA should be checked. You have to check these two. Then, okay. Then, may lalabas na data analysis dito. So now, since we have group of data to be compared here, the 16, 17, and 19, we use F-test. And the F-test here, if I open that one, data analysis, the F-test is the ANOVA single factor. You use ANOVA single factor. Double click that one, and then input range, you just highlight this one until the last. Yan, as you can see, I highlighted, and then that is compared by columns. Yeah, columns. It's correct. I did not include the labels in the first row, so I will not check that one. The margin of error is 0.05, is correct. And the output range, I click on the output range, then click here to look where I want to put the result. I want to put it here, there. Then click OK. So this is now the data result. You just highlight this one, source of variation until the last, then copy and paste it in your results and discussion. So this one. So this is now the table. Click again, then home. You put a border. So I will just remove this because it's useless. Okay, then I will not use critical values, rather I will use p value, this one. So round off only this one into 2 decimals, so 0.06456, I round off that one. This one 2 decimals, 9, so that should be 3. This should be 9 and such. This one is, we have 327, so 3, and this one 7, 2, 3, so 2 to round off, that is 72. Control B, Control I. Okay, then format autofit to Windows. So this one, this is the F calculated value, if F cal, and the probability value. The basis of stating the conclusion if it is accepted or rejected is the p value. If the p value is greater than, take note, if the p value is greater than 0.05 margin of error, then accept the null hypothesis. Otherwise, reject. But if that is equal or less than, it is rejected. Reject the null hypothesis. Let us find if we have here a sample of that data. So we'll try to find, if I can find one, then well and good. If none, then I'm sorry. Treatment of data. Treatment of data. Oh, this one. Okay. This is where you can make your decision if it is accepted or rejected. The table below will be used to determine if the null hypothesis is rejected or accepted. This is the condition. If the p-value is greater than 0.05 margin of error, then you have to accept the null hypothesis. If the p-value is less than or equal to 0.05 margin of error, then you have to reject the null hypothesis. So then, let us go back to the data again. To the computed data. Where's that one? This one. So this is now table 3. Table 3.1 rather. Table 3.1. This is ANOVA table on the level of following. We just copy this one. Level of awareness of copy paste. Level of awareness on solid waste management of the senior high school students of Tabuk City National High School when they are grouped according to age. So meaning, since this is greater than 0.05 margin of error, this one, then accept the null hypothesis. It says there that there is no significant difference on the level of awareness on solid waste management of the senior high school students of Tabuk City National High School when they are grouped according to age. Meaning, even if you are a younger student or older student, your level of awareness on solid waste management are just the same or equal, because it says there is no significant difference on your level of awareness when you are grouped according to age. We cannot say that because they are younger, they have a lower level of awareness, or it's false if that's so, because it says there whether you are 16 years old and below or you are 19 years old and above, you just have the same level of awareness. So that's the first one. Yeah, that's the first one. The second is going back to the statement of the problem again, this one. So we've done with age. Is there a significant difference on the level of awareness on solid waste management when they are grouped according to sex? This one. Sex. There are just two groups, male and female. So we are comparing two different means taken from different groups of respondents, male versus female. You want to determine the level of awareness of male and female if there is significant difference or none. So whether you are male or female, what do you have the same level of awareness on solid waste management or not? So that is the question. That is what we want to prove in this study. To complete for that one, again, go back to the data here. So we've done with this age. I will close this one, hide rather. So we have the male and female. Here, I will again determine the male respondents and take their mean. Individual. This is individual. Okay. Let us see. How will I do that? That is just equals if the sex of respondent 1, yan, sex of respondent 1 is equal to 1, is equal to male, then type the mean, this one. Value true, you type the mean. If I put a comma, then it will ask, how about if it is false, value is false, then put blank, then enter. So we all know that respondent 1 is a female because it's blank. Let us see. Okay, it's true, it's female. Then we just need to drag down. All the values are, all the means here on the column Y are the means of male. Like this one, these are male respondents. Let us see if this is male really. Okay, male, male. Kasunod yan. Then, female, female. Let us see kung blank yung dalawa. Tama, blank yung dalawa. So, that is how. So, all the means here are male respondents. Next is equals. For the female, equals if. Logical test. If the sex of respondent 1 is equal to female 2, I put 2 here, then value, if I put a comma, value if true, what will I do if it is true? I just click the mean of respondent 1. So you type the mean of respondent 1. Value false, if I put the comma, value false, then it is blank. So that is, we have the mean. So then, let us see, then drag again down. So those are the values. So now, copy this one, copy it again, copy, and then paste here. So we'll use this one. Dito naman tayo. I'll paste it here. It's not Control V, but right click and use values 1, 2, 3. That is how. So there, we remove again the blank cells. We can also round off. Okay. Afterwards, we will round off this one. Round off. Doesn't like. Okay, so that can be, never mind. So we again remove by cut and paste. We cut this one and then paste. We cut and then paste. Cut and paste. We cut and then paste. Cut is Control X and paste is Control V. Control X, then Control V. Okay, this one is already done. So there's no more There's no more blank cells in between the numbers. So I can just do it here, or I can transfer this one, copy, and then paste, then copy, and then paste. Now, or let us compute using independent sample t-test. Just go to data analysis, and then the independent sample t-test is, we have the t-test 2 sample assuming equal variance. We'll use this one, double click. So variable range 1, we have the male. I include the label here, don't forget that one. I include the labels. And then the variable range 2, female. I also include the labels. So I have to check the labels here because I include the labels. Leave this hypothesis mean difference blank, and then the same as 0.05, and then output range, I click on this one and put the values here. So this is now the result. So now I'll make a table for the for t-test. We have sex, male, and female. We also have the mean, t-cal, f-cal while back because that is f-test. This time is t-cal because this is t-test, and then p value. So now the mean is, the mean for male is this one, 3.47, and mean for female is, we have 3.33, and t-cal, t-calculated value is this one, the t-stat, that one, t-stat, that is 1.28. If we round off the 8 here, that is 1.28, and the p-value, two-tailed, we use two-tailed here, that is 0.21, 0.21. So that is how. Now we have the values here. We just put a border so that you can see. Then I will copy this, copy and paste it in my Word. So this is now Control V. Then auto fit to Windows, center only. So this is now the result. So table 2.2, sorry. So this is t-test table, t-test table on the level of awareness when they are grouped according to sex. So I have here. So compare again this p-value with the margin of error, which is 0.05. Since this is still greater than 0.05, it means accept H. This means that there is no significant difference between male and female on their level of awareness on solid waste management of this on solid waste management. So it means that they just have the same level of awareness in terms of solid waste management, the male and female. So that is table 2.2. So that is how to compute for the t-test. What I did is I just separate here the data using if-then statement. If you cannot follow this one, you can click on this and you can review the formula that I input there. So that is how to compute for the t-test and f-test. So for the correlation, that will be discussed with another table already, correlation value. So good luck in computing your data. So I'm hoping that our next meeting, you already have the results and discussion of your study, even just the table. So that's all, and good luck.